Mike, thank you so much. Twice last year, USC was rolling. Twice last year, USC ran into Utah. Twice the Trojans led by 2 scores, and twice their championship hopes got diverted. Caleb Williams got it for Jackson, and he scores! 4th and goal, Utah. Rising is in for 2 in the lead. Rising up the middle. He's in to beat undefeated USC.
I love college football.
How's Caleb Williams?
Whatever happened to his leg took away the threat and that dynamic nature.
Rising flings it downfield, and he's got the tight end. 60 yards of total muscle. A second straight Utah Pac-12 championship. And so here we are again with everything on the line again for both teams. USC still unbeaten in the Pac-12, but that first loss last week to Notre Dame, Utah with 1 loss as well to Oregon State. And so here they sit together at the edge of the cliff in Los Angeles. Jason Benetti, Brock Ewert, Allison Williams is downstairs, and the margin is even thinner than last year somehow.
And I still love college football, by the way.
Sure.
Those two are amazing. Tonight's going to be phenomenal. And I know the playoff officially begins in December, but for these two teams, it begins tonight. Heck, for Utah, conference begins tonight. That title is on the line tonight. Caleb Williams, the Heisman, is on the line tonight. Everything is on the line in the Coliseum as we kick this thing off.
And so, look, I don't want to be reductive here, but it's rugged against sleek, right?
Yes. Styles make fights, Benetti. How many times do we hear that? And it could not be more evident this evening. I mean, Lincoln Riley's got to play this game in the speed and space realm. That is the way his team is built. Just on the field beforehand, you just see it. Your eyes see it. One team is sleek. One team's a Ferrari. One team loves to play on this thin grass. And for Kyle Whittingham, oh my gosh, if he could put a cage out there and make this a match like he did last year when he wore these Trojans down, that's exactly the way he wants to play.
I have a feeling you're still going to love college football after tonight. We'll take it a break with our Progressive Insurance game countdown. The 14th ranked Utah Utes are set to take on the 18th ranked USC Trojans. Kickoff is coming up next. College football sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve. So USC off its first loss of the season, and it was ugly in a couple of ways. 48-20 Notre Dame. Caleb Williams, who has 13 career interceptions in 3 college football seasons, had 3 in that ball game. -5 turnover margin, first time since at least the turn of the century that's happened. And Lincoln Riley, other than a college football playoff loss to LSU, has not had a worse loss in his career. So the question is, Allison Williams downstairs, where are they psychologically right now?
Well, Jason, after such a brutal loss, Lincoln Riley said his team needed a reset, and Utah is a perfect opponent to provide that. There's the extra motivation of having lost to them twice last year, including in that Pac-12 championship game. Plus, it's the way Utah plays and the opportunity this game presents. Now, a reset was needed for his entire team, but especially his quarterback, Caleb Williams. Riley said at times he was frustrated, impatient, and forcing things he doesn't typically do. He is the leader of this team, and he needed to show the right mentality, and he did that this week, of flushing that loss out of their system and getting back to work and playing the way this team is capable of. Riley said the good thing about Williams is when he does struggle, it's rarely 2 games in a row.
Yeah, he's a fixer in so many ways, broadly for this team offensively, but also for himself.
This team goes as he goes, and even though they won the toss, a little telling tonight that they want to kick it. I think that has a lot to do with Cam Rising not being a part of this trilogy. He was last year in the 2 that we watched, and an enormous factor in it. Different story for these Utes tonight.
Final meeting in the regular season as Pac-12 opponents for USC and Utah. And we are underway with Mikey Matthews and a fair catch And so here comes Bryson Barnes, who is in for Cam Rising. He's also in for Nate Johnson, who got a couple of starts in the middle of the year. But Bryson Barnes, who has shown up just down the road a little bit in the Rose Bowl twice because of injury, is actually undefeated as a starter in Utah.
Yep, and he's just the guy that is just perpetually there to get replaced. And he bounces back, man. He's like Gumby. Sorry, you're just not going to get rid of me. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to pop back up. I'm going to get my ribs. Just